Hello, guys. Welcome to Global Happenings. Today, we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads Nigerian excited as IGP takes drastic action against SARS. All right, but before we go to the details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The Inspector General of Police, Abubakar Adamu, on Tuesday ordered the closure of all special anti-robbery squad SARS satellite offices. The directive followed Monday's protest in Shagamu against SARS. The people had marched against the killing of Remu Star Football Club player Tiamiyu Kazim, aka Kaka, in Ogun State. Adamu announced the scrap when he accompanied Governor Dapo Abiodun on the condolence visit to home of the deceased vice captain of Remo Stars. The IGP was represented by the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of research and planning, Peter Ogunyawu. He ordered that all activities at the satellite offices should be handed over to the Commissioner of Police in the state. Adamo assured that everyone responsible for his death will be prosecuted accordingly. Abiodun and the delegation also visited the Akarigbo of Remulan Oba Babatunde Ajayi. The governor said, "Today I was on a condolence visit to the residence of Tiamiyu Kazim's parent. Tiamiyu, who was until his death a vice captain of the Remo Stars Football Club, died in an unfortunate encounter with some men of the special anti-robbery squad SARS who were on an illegal mission. Kaka's death is irreversibly regrettable because Ogun State has lost a man of unexplored talent. But this long-awaited significant reform within the structure of the Nigerian police assure us of an end to such abnormalities," the governor added. And I want to say that this has brought a lot of excitement to Nigerians because this issue of NSAS now has been trending even on the social media. Go to Twitter, even some civil society organization have been doing all within their powers to see how this can be stopped because the truth is that their abnormalities has been increasing every day. We've heard different cases of death, which is as a result of the activities of this particular, group in the police, and this unfortunately it has to end this way. Ordinarily, when Nigerians were ranting and crying out, if they had hearkened, a lot of the deaths, mostly of young people in Nigeria, wouldn't have been occasioned. I could still remember far back there was an outcry on the social media about their activity. Most people had I've heard like 2, 3, 4, 5 young men. One came back from the United States and had an encounter with them. It just ended the whole show. He died. Most of the time too, we hear the cases of stray bullets. They're just shooting sporadically. Most of the time in the process of pursuing culprits, people whom they allege to be culprits. We see them gunning down responsible people. Fairly recently also, we've heard how they kill 2 Hausa traders in the process of trying to get an alleged Yahoo boy. And reports also on the internet. And so many people come on board to explain their experience. One guy came other time came online and was telling Nigerians that he was arrested for not having a phone. They accosted him, demanded that he should give them his phone, and he told them he doesn't have a phone. And the next thing say, you don't have a phone. And finally, they got to see an old phone, that's a small phone with him. By the time they checked the message and they realized there was no message, nothing to show, and the next thing he was being threatened, countless cases. And even in the southeast also, I've seen cases where they just have to, barb people's head just because they add one or two coloration to it, cause people to accept certain crimes that they did not do. Some people are killed in the process, and immediately when that happens, they'll just put a tag on the person, and it has been quite an unfortunate group that they have caused a lot to the extent that on one occasion I think they did something against a military man. By the time they bring in the military, they were flogging them like babies. About seven of them were flogged, and when they were flogged, they were forced to stand in a group, and they took a photo shoot of them, and a lot of cases, and right now with the killing of these guy Kazim, aka Kaka, who is a vice captain, called the deputy captain of Remu Football Club of Ogun State. That has resulted to finally the closure of that particular department in police, and it's a welcome development. Nigerians are happy. If you see responses of Nigerians on the internet, it clearly shows that they were long overdue, to be closed down. People are tired of their own activity. They believe that actually they are not existing for the good of Nigerians, because the truth is, if they are as strong as they claim to be, most of the cases of insurgency would have been solved by them. But it's just that they have been given too much power. It's said that um, absolute power corrupt absolutely. They've been given enough power, and with that in mind, they are just behaving anyhow. They are killing, they are maiming people, they are doing all manner of things. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to go to the comment section to also tell us about your own experience. How was it like, experience with SARS? There are countless people out there who have gotten multiple experiences with them, and some it ended up a very unfortunate situation. Some also they escaped by the whiskers. So I'm going to give my colleague a chance now to just say one or two things about it. But I want you to go to our comment section and tell us what has been your experience.
That's the problem with SARS, really. If you look at it properly, they are when you want to do anything beneficial, you need to look at the benefits, and you also look at the consequences. If the consequences outweigh the benefit, but please, it should be scrapped. Fairly recently, in fact, not just fairly recently, severally, SARS has always been bringing tears to the faces of Nigerians more often than wiping the tears. I could say, remember this young man that came to watch the only son of his parents. I think he was based in UK, yeah, London. So he came down to Nigeria for a brief. I really don't know what he came to do in Nigeria, but yes, he was a Nigerian, but he came to watch this Man U match. These young men that they don't like watching matches alone. They love to watch it in viewing centers. So unfortunately for him, he went down to watch match that fateful day, in a viewing center. Lo and behold, a stray bullet. I don't even know what SARS were looking for. They said they wanted to create awareness. I don't even understand. A stray bullet hit the man, and he died straight on the spot. The mother was inconsolable, and unfortunately, that particular year, that's 2019. Yes, that particular year, in December of 2019, he was supposed to get married. You begin to see series and series of issues of SARS. We still continue to mention fairly recently a young man somewhere in Lagos, actually is a vlogger. He was gone on his way, gently on his way. He was with his phone. Then the next thing, he ran into SARS, and they just asked, "Hey, come here, young man." He came, and he said, "What does he do for a living?" He was like, he's an online guide and all that. As if that was not enough, they searched him, and they got angry. "Hey, what is he doing?" We said that the fact that he's even a blogger got them angry. What did I do? They beat him blue black, and they said that this not just that they should forget that word blogger. That he's a yahoo boy, and the guy showed him his site where he works and all that. They beat him. In fact, people were practically scared. Can I still tell you one that it fell even happened to a friend of mine? This one is real. He went down all the way to Port Harcourt for they had this business deal he had to handle. So he needed to work on his system to show the presentation. Normally, when you want to do a presentation, you usually go with your system and your projector. But fortunately for him, the company he's working with had a projector. So all his presentation was in slides in his system and so stored in software. So he now went down to he went by road. Unfortunately, around that what's the name of that place? I think so. We're in Port Harcourt. That what's the name of that road again? Yeah, I remember the name. That Ogoni Road. There's this Ogoni Road. They say usually they don't even apply. He was a bit late, so he had to use the road. That Ogoni Road. Unfortunately for them, or should I say fortunately, because it should have been fortunate, but it ended up being almost unfortunate. They now stopped. They said stop and search. They all came down, and the next thing they saw him. What are you? They said they're searching everybody's bag. I don't know if it's permissive, it's allowed in the rule of law in Nigeria. I don't know. So when they asked him, should open his bag. So what's there to open my bag? I'm with the system. He said, eh? You're with the system. Do you have the receipt? I said, let us see what is inside. He said, what is all this? Why are you wasting our time? I just told them with the receipt. I told you where I'm working with and all that. He said, I'm telling you to release your bag and give me the bag. You're telling me I'm wasting your time. Eh? I said, release your bag. He cocked his gun. And the guy was like looking at me, what's wrong with this guy? What do you mean by what are you cocking your gun for? These are few Nigerians that seem to know their rights, but they don't know that in the face in Nigeria, when it comes to gunshot does not understand rights and citizens, so it shoots arbitrarily. Unfortunately, these guys are hungry, trigger hungry fellas. But luckily for him, a typical Nigerian that knows what's up and how SARS operates said, Oga, no, these are our brothers, no mind. Oga, what him the problem? I'm just telling him to, yeah, at least if he's still speaking English, as he does not.